after a somewhat slow start in January, Europe is again at full speed. Last 2 weeks, employment of persons with a disability and employment support was discussed in different ways and in different countries in Europe. Last week, EASPD participated in an event organized by EDF in cooperation with the Maltese presidency of the European Union, and it was indeed looking at employment and employment support of persons with a disability. Fascinating discussions, and we looked at how can the European Union facilitate employment of persons with a disability. A second event took place this week in Vienna. It was organized by the Zero Project. Just Google it and you'll find out what it is. And again, it was about employment. We were there, EASPD was there, and we contributed to the debate. Employment is of course crucial, but the social pillar is about more than just employment. And to make that clear, we have an interview with the special rapporteur, Madame Rodrigues. Enjoy the video clip. Bye.
We are here in the European Parliament with MEP Maria João Rodrigues. Maria João Rodrigues is the rapporteur for the European Parliament for the European Pillar of Social Rights, which was approved by the Parliament recently. Congratulations, Maria João. And we're going to ask some questions about the European Pillar of Social Rights and how it can help the European citizens and also social service providers. The first question is, the European Pillar of Social Rights was recently approved by the Parliament, as I mentioned. How will it help to support and to solve the problems of European citizens?
Look, this European Pillar of Social Rights is the biggest initiative over the last years to make sure that Europe will work to support people in all their situations throughout their working lives and their living conditions. So this means that this pillar has very concrete measures to address the situation, first of all, of children, then about young people, because we want to have a better future for young people in Europe. We also have very important measures to make possible to combine family life with working life for men and women. And we are also focusing a lot on the working conditions for everybody. So whatever the jobs, whatever the sector, whatever the region, we want to make sure that everyone has a clear labor contract and everyone has full access to social protection.
Thank you very much. So it's a very vast a pillar that is very vast in terms of social inclusion and of social protection. How can it support also more specifically the social inclusion of persons with disabilities?
Well, we also have a strong message for persons with disabilities. First of all, by saying that these concerns should be mainstream throughout all the pillar for all target groups. Secondly, we want to have the United Nations Convention for persons with disabilities to be fully respected and mainstream in the pillar. And this also means that we need to ensure that we have better working conditions and better labor markets with barriers-free conditions for persons with disabilities. Then we also want to make sure that everyone, people with disabilities, they will have full access to public services and also basic income security. We also want to make sure that they have access to education and training whenever they need. And then we also want to make sure that we have free mobility for persons with disability with full transferability of these social benefits. So as you can see, this is a very ambitious agenda for persons with disability, and I'm very proud that the European Parliament got a very large backing, 400 votes almost, which is a big majority, European Parliament, backing this pillar and backing these commitments regarding persons with disabilities.
Yes, it is a very wide approval, which we are also very happy about in EASPD. Thank you very much. We will also as EASPD support this pillar, and ask our members also to support and to expand this pillar and to help implement it in the national levels.
Sure.
Thank you very much for watching, and tune in next time.